Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome if you're new to my channel. Hi, my name is Lisa Danielle and today we're going to be installing this wig from Acrylery's hair. First things first, I'm going to show you everything they gave me. They gave some lashes, they gave me a brush, they also gave me a wig cap. And y'all, this wig is so good for the price it is. I got a 13 by 6, 26 inch, 180, which was given more like 160. That's probably the only thing that wasn't like correct in it. HD lace, which wasn't really giving that much HD, but it was pretty close. Pre-plucked wig, body wig. Y'all, this wig is doing the same thing. So we're gonna install it. I like the fact that it came with 5 combs and it did fit my head perfectly because I always have issues with wigs that just never fit my head. So first thing first I'm gonna do is I'm going to dye this hair jet black, because I am a jet black girl now. I cannot have the 1B or the brown hair anymore. It's just not for me. So let's dye this hair. Alright, so now we are going to bleach these knots. I had to bleach my knots after I dyed just because I was using black dye. So I was like, you just want to be better safe than sorry. I'm going to use the rest of my 40 volume developer. That's why I have both 40 and 30 because I had a little bit left of 40. And then I'm going to use blue bleach powder. I like blue bleach powder because I feel like it really gets that brassy look. And then when you tone the knots, it just looks a lot better. I like to use blue. Some people use white. I feel like blue just looks better. So I'm going to be using my, I guess it's like a dye bowl, a dye mixer bowl or a bleach mixer bowl. I really don't know. But I got this from Amazon. I had the brush with it as well. I'm trying to make sure I get all of that 40 volume developer out of there because y'all, when you need this and you ain't got no more, it's the worst. And I always, for some reason, have to always go to the beauty supply store to get this because I never even have it. So I'm like, okay, I'm so happy that I bought more than enough this time. So I'm gonna put the entire pack of the blue powder in there. I didn't need the whole thing. I don't know why I put the whole thing in there, but I just wanted to be safe just in case if I needed to go back and bleach my knots again, because sometimes I don't believe in the bleach on there for that long. I'd be scared that it's gonna like seep through and dye the hair. So I just made more than what I needed and I ended up throwing it away and wasting it. I'm so upset, but it's all right. So let's bleach these knots. Okay, so now that we let the hair sit for 20 minutes, I really wanted to make sure that my knots were bleached because I always tend to just be scary and take it off too fast. So I was really checking up on it and making sure like the bleach wasn't like seeping through the knots and dyeing the hair, which it wasn't. It actually bleached perfectly. I was so happy the way that my knots bleached. I was just like, okay, thank freaking God. Finally, my first wig where I did not fuck up my hair or over bleach. So y'all see them knots? Y'all can't really see it because my freaking camera gonna be blurry. But it looked really, really good. Like, look at them knots, y'all. I did my damn thing. For the first time, finally, I did my damn thing. Okay, so now we are going to tone these knots. I'm using this blonde purple shampoo. I completely forgot the brand. I'm moving too fast. But I'm going to have everything in the description box so y'all can know exactly what I was using. But this purple shampoo is top tier. Like, I love this purple shampoo. Like, this really has like saved my lace fronts life. When it came down to like toning the knots and getting the brassiness out of it, y'all, this purple shampoo is that girl. So I'm going to make sure that I really get the knots both on the inside and the outside to make sure that there is no brassiness in it at all. And then after I'm done applying the purple shampoo, I'm going to let it sit for like 5 minutes just so it can like marinate, if that makes sense. And then we're going to shampoo the hair after. Now for the scariest part, y'all. This is the part that is like gonna make or break your wig. The bleaching part is scary, but this part cannot be fixed. You cannot add hair back into the lace unless you know how to do it. But me, I don't. Most of us don't. So this is the scariest part for me. So the easiest way that I do this is I get a hot comb and I flatten all the hairs and push all the hairs back. And I also get a white towel. You can do like a white dish towel, a white rag, whatever, as long as it's white. And you put that underneath your wig and you put your wig on your knee like so, like how I'm doing here. And you hot comb your hair back first. Okay, so now after you hot combed all your hair back, you're gonna grab I don't know why my like focuser is just acting dumb, but you just grab a tweezers. I like to use an angled tweezer just because I feel like the angled one just snatch the hair better. I don't know. This is the one I have, and I always just go for the angled one. I've always used it. So then how I learned, the best way that I've learned to save myself from messing up my lace and pluck it the best way without having to pluck so much hair is I take out the part that's already looked thin and already looked plucked. As you can see, this wig was already pre-plucked a little bit. So I didn't have to do that much plucking, but I still wanted to look a way more thinner than what it looked because it still looked a bit full for me. So I learned the skip pluck method. So like it's literally like maybe a half of an inch apart from each other, and you skip a piece, pluck, skip a piece, pluck, skip a piece, pluck. I learned that from TikTok. And then you never pluck in the same place you plucked already. If you need to pluck there again, you pluck behind that hair. So I would just part again, and then I will pluck again. So skip pluck, you find the thinnest areas, the thinnest area, and that's where you will pluck, because since it's already thin, it just makes sense to pluck there. So it's a skip pluck method or pluck skip method. So pluck, skip a piece of hair, and then pluck again. Okay, so after I'm done plucking that back part, then I put the rest of the hair, I put the entire hair back, I push it all back, and then I do the same method on the front of the hairline. So as y'all can see, there's a little gap there, so it's a pluck skip method. So y'all can see me doing it here. You see the pattern forming, like I'm skipping a part, then I'm plucking, and then I'm skipping another part, and then I'm plucking. You want to do this all around the entire hairline. And then if you need to go back, you part the areas you already plucked, you part that out, and you pluck again. Well, you pluck in a part that you haven't plucked. So that's what I'm doing now. So I parted all the areas that I've already plucked, the first part and then the front, and then I'm going to pluck again and the third part, if that makes sense. So like I'm plucking where I haven't plucked already. So skip, pluck, pluck, skip method. So pluck, then skip, pluck, then skip. Okay, so now I'm going to use this concoction that I got off of, I think it was TikTok a while ago. So basically you take a rubbing alcohol and you take your foundation shade, you put it in a spray bottle, shake it up, make sure that the foundation is like completely dissolved, and you spray that on your lace. When I tell y'all, Lace is gonna be melted. Lace is gonna be no longer there. That right there, it was giving me trouble because I didn't have that much left in it. But that right there, y'all, you cannot miss that step. You cannot miss that step. Like, it's cool to just put your foundation shade on there, but I feel like foundation has oil in it, and like it's something about putting the alcohol on it and like letting it dry out and like, you know, like make it more permanent. I don't know, but when you mix your foundation shade with your alcohol and you spray that on your lace, it's a game changer. Game changer. Okay, now on to installing this wig. I was doing a TikTok and also filming this video on my camera for YouTube, and my dumbass forgot to press record on my camera, so I kind of like missed a step when it like skipped a step. But basically all I did was cut off the excess lace, and then I cut off the extra lace that was in the front because my head is kind of like shaped weird, so like sometimes there might be too much lace in the front, so I just cut off that extra lace that was in the front of the wig so it can fit my head. And then now we are applying my Got2b glue, my bold hold glue. I'm using bold hold active. I like that one better than I like the regular bold hold because I feel like this one just doesn't, it takes a longer time to like loosen up. Like, I feel like my wigs last longer with this specific glue. So since I had to cut off extra lace, the parts that I plucked basically got cut off, so I needed to pluck my wig again. As y'all can see, this wig looks like I didn't even pluck it at all. So yeah, that part really got me upset because I was just like, damn, like this wig doesn't fit my head. Like, it's too big for my head. And don't get me wrong, this is me with every wig. Even when I have like the most expensive wigs, it's always like this. This is just my head. There was nothing wrong with this wig specifically. This is just my shape of my head. So I went back and I plucked the front of the hairline, and remember the pluck skip method. So now I am going to make my part. I decided I wanted to do a middle part for this wig just because, I don't know, a classic bust down middle part is just, I don't know. I feel like that's just the part that you have to do when you like get a fresh new lace front. Like, you gotta do a middle part. I feel like side parts come like after. That's just me. Like, side parts come in like after maybe like 2 weeks of wearing a wig. Then you switch it to the side part. But middle parts, they just do it for me every time. So now I'm going to grab my black Sharpie. I would prefer for you, if you're like new at doing your wigs, do not use a black Sharpie, because black Sharpies, they do seep through the lace and they do get on your lace. So I would prefer to get the L'Oreal root spray in like jet black, whatever color your wig is. That would work best. I'm just using a black Sharpie just because I don't have the L'Oreal spray, so I just took my chances with the black Sharpie. I'm pretty sure that the Sharpie did seep through my lace, but honestly, I don't really care because I'm probably just going to keep it in the middle part anyways. So, yeah. Okay, so after I Sharpie my hairline, I am I'm going to grab my concealer shade and I'm going to like draw that on the hairline just to like even it out and make sure that, it just looks good. This is what we do. Y'all already know this step. Like you gotta put the concealer on the part, okay? So now it is time to do the baby hairs, and y'all, I've mastered my baby hairs when it came down to like my shape of my head and like my forehead and where my eyebrows are. So I like to have my baby hairs start a little bit closer towards the middle. So maybe about 3 to 4 inches away from my middle part. Or maybe like 3 or 4. I don't know. Y'all see. I'm probably going to bring it up a little bit higher than what I did right here. So I'd say like 3 inches after your part on your hairline. And then you want to part it in like a diagonal way. And you want to also, your sideburns, you want to part it in a diagonal way. And then your baby hair part, you want to part that in like a diagonal way too. So like kind of have it more thin towards the front and then bring a little bit more hair in towards the middle and then kind of like a triangle, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it. Y'all just kind of see what I'm doing in a way. It's just like a kind of like a round half circle part going on. And then I'm going to grab my hot comb and I'm going to flatten those hairs out. I did burn myself and I was so freaking mad. So mad. But hopefully I don't catch it there. I think I caught it here. I don't know. But I burned myself and I was very, very mad. Okay, so when cutting your baby hairs, you want to cut it in a diagonal way, as y'all can see, and kind of like graze the scissors or the blade along the hair, because you don't want it to be like a butcher cut. but you want it to be kind of like a razor cut in a way, and you want to cut it in a downward diagonal way because you don't want the bottom of the baby hairs to be shorter than the front. You want the front to be shorter than the back to give it that, I don't know how to explain it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Same with the sideburn. You want to cut it in a downward diagonal way. And then I'm going to grab my Babyless, I think it's a 1-inch flat iron, and we're going to bump those baby hairs. Some people bump it like backwards. I like to bump mine forward because I just feel like, I don't know, backwards just seems funny to me and weird. And like when you like try to shape it out, the curls are like flipped up in a way, and I just don't like that look. So I like to bump mine forward, and make sure you get a really good curl because the curl matters. Okay, so I lost the clip to where I grabbed my hot comb and I ran through the top of my hair again to make sure it was extremely flat. Be careful when using a hot comb. Don't really point the combs down towards your lace because it might burn a hole through your lace. Make sure you keep it kind of going up and like using the back of the hot comb to like flatten the hair out, if that makes sense. But yeah, I lost the clip. I'm sorry, y'all. But then I grabbed my Garnier hair oil, and y'all, that is like crack for your lace fronts. As y'all can see, my wig looks really good. It does not leave your hair oily. So for those who might think that my hair looks super oily, it doesn't leave it oily. It just gives it a shine. And like when it comes down to like when your lace front starts to get a little dry and dull, that will revive your lace front, your hair. It will revive it so well. Just put that through your hair and then run a flat iron through it. Girl, your hair gonna be right back to how it was when you first put the wig on. Okay? So yes, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It took me 7 hours to put this wig on, y'all. 7 hours. My makeup was not coming out right. I was just so annoyed. And then on top of that, I was also filming this video and a TikTok. So yeah, I really hope y'all enjoy this install. I actually love the way this install came out. Like for the first time, I actually was just like, girl, you need to start doing hair again, because I really surprised myself with this wig. Like I really did. Like I love it. It is probably one of the best wigs I've ever installed, and for it to be an Amazon wig, yeah, let's give it up for Amazon, because y'all, their wigs is wigging. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as I always say, I love y'all so much. And I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.